You ready?
Coke Zero, my favorite non-alcoholic drink.
I feel like my hair looks kind of nice right now in this camera. I'm really enjoying. I feel like a little mermaidy.
Yeah.
You see it? Doesn't it feel a little mermaidy?
Is that the Little Mermaid? No. Who does that?
That's Ariel.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been I don't
it's
think
when
I've
her
seen that
voice
movie
gets
in,
taken.
I don't think I've seen that movie in years.
Hello, Meg.
Years.
Hello, Stacy.
You know what? I bet Gina's there too.
I bet Gina is there.
You know, we talked to them like on the video chat yesterday.
You know what? It was her birthday when we were talking to them.
I know.
And I didn't realize that
wished her happy birthday on Facebook.
Yeah, I did too. We got off and I was like, we had like an hour conversation and didn't once say happy birthday.
I know.
I thought
that occurred to me this morning, and then I felt like a big jerk.
Yeah.
So happy birthday, Gina. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking because I think I was scrolling through Facebook and something popped up and I was like, oh my gosh, we were like literally talking to them and said nothing.
I mean, it was early in the morning. I don't know.
It wasn't in the morning.
No, then I wished her happy birthday.
Oh.
I think it was early. I don't know. This whole week has been a blur for me because I've been in quarantine. So I'll blame it on COVID brain. I had COVID.
Oh. What's my excuse?
I didn't put that on Facebook, but it's not really a secret. I was out with COVID for the whole week.
Did you know that my hair looks as good as the background?
As good as the background? Wow.
I mean, that's what Meg says.
Well, Meg would know. I would go on Meg's word.
Says there's 5 people watching. Who do you think Gina the other 2 are?
I think that's Gina forgiving us.
There's 6 people watching. Who do you think the other 3 are?
I don't know. Maybe they're on Facebook.
You should guess people.
I don't know who they are. I mean, so if you are a person that has never watched our podcast, we haven't actually started the podcast yet. It'll start at 8:30, but we treat this as sort of a live stream before and a little bit after, and sometimes during. But because we do release this as an audio podcast, we will edit out the before and after parts for the actual audio file that goes out there. But if you're watching it on YouTube, then you just got to fast forward or listen to the banter, as the case may be. Gorgeous background.
Gina said that my hair doesn't match my shirt tonight.
Well, it's black there. Everything goes
right,
black.
But the other night when we were talking to them,
that's true.
My shirt. I mean, my shirt was pink, but yeah, it kind of matched.
It was all you were just purple.
Yeah.
You do have purple pants on.
I would call those more red.
If you were wearing purple shirt and then you'd be going, I love you.
I mean, that's what I did grow up watching.
Oh boy. Stacy, I am feeling better. I was never super sick, but sick enough that I tested and I got for my birthday, a little after my birthday, because my birthday was last week, but
yeah,
I got COVID. And yeah.
And I'm still testing negative.
Mostly, yeah. It was mostly
Weird.
just annoying. Not too bad of symptoms. They came and went a little bit, which was weird. I've never been sick like that where like normally you get like a cold type thing, which is what this felt like. And it like progressively gets worse and then it progressively gets better. And maybe it spikes at night or something like that. But this didn't do that. It just randomly, I would feel almost 100%. And then all of a sudden it would like hit me and then I'd feel 100% again. I don't know. Today though, I felt pretty normal all day.
So sorry.
When I take a deep breath, it hurts a little.
I'm going to interrupt you. I feel like you're more center in the screen and I'm not. So you should scoot over a little. There.
Is that better?
Yeah, I'm going to raise up a little too.
Is your feng shuied?
I just feel like it's all about you and that's
it is all about me.
Mm.
It's all about me and your background and your hair. If I scalped you and put it on the background, you wouldn't even have to show up.
Wow. Is that what you want, Matt? You want me to just not show up?
No, I do not want that. It's called COVID. I know. It's a weird thing.
Sean said he's trying to find
it's not
Wally.
a thing either. I think at this point it's like lots of different things that we call COVID now. Hey, there's Brian.
You just ignored me.
What? I'm sorry.
Because you talked over me.
Say it again.
I said, Sean said he's trying to find Wally.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So
not a thing yet.
No, but maybe we stay tuned. We may be having a fun little game in the future where we hide something and move it around every week and see if you guys can spot it. Well, I don't know.
Hello, Brian. I know you were trying to say that, but you talked over me first.
Meg, we do need Kimbra. I would not want to do this podcast without Kimbra. So
I mean, you did the first 4 episodes without Kimbra.
Yeah, but I didn't. That was before you were. Now I would know what I was missing. So
your glasses are really dirty.
Thank you. I know. Yeah.
Hello, Mallory and Andrew.
Hey, Mallory and Andrew. Hello. Greetings. Salutations.
We talked to them recently too, didn't we?
We did. We talked to Sean. We talked to
I like talking
Stacey
to people.
And Gina. We talked to Andrew and Mallory. Yeah. Good time. Good time.
Long live the Kimbra.
Look, I didn't really mean I wanted to get rid of Kimbra.
I don't know. I think
thinks that.
I want to know who that was.
My life would be incomplete without Kimbra at this point.
It was someone on Facebook. And because it doesn't tell us, that was Curtis
Groom.
I wasn't going to say the last name.
I mean, it's on Facebook. So
it is, but
now I'm getting accused of sucking up. Yes, I know.
See, you have to be nice to me because the audience jumps on your back.
They do.
Being mean.
I mean,
which is cool because I'm cool.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, that's fine. Yeah. So yeah, that's been our week. I've been sitting at home. Left the house for the first day today, just to go through a drive-through. Other than that, I've been sitting at home. Other than taking Reno out for the occasional walk.
Because I came home and jumped in the shower because I was.
What did you do?
I jumped in the shower.
Is that what you said?
It kind of jumped as I said it. I jumped, but Kimber's cool. And then I got out of the shower and Matt said, I thought you were going to call and say, do you want me to go through somewhere for fast food? And I'm like, I didn't.
But you would have if you hadn't called your mom.
Probably. I was on the phone with my mom.
Kimbra and I, there are a lot of points where we are thinking the same thing. And then one of us says it and the other one's like, yeah, I know you're thinking that because I was thinking that too. Going to a drive-through on the way home from work would be one thing, but other things too, there's a real good deal on
Sam's Club.
Oh, that one I wasn't really thinking of, but I knew you were thinking of it. So we haven't been able to go and get this good deal because I couldn't because I've been in quarantine. But tomorrow I'm out of quarantine, so she's like, tomorrow morning can we? I'm like, I know what you're gonna say. Yes. You complete me. Mallory is also a recent COVID survivor. Well, I'm glad you are a survivor.
You see this? I come from the land down under where women glow and men plunder.
I mean, that's the reputation that you Aussies have. You were all prisoners, right? You were just a bunch of prisoners forced to go live in Australia. Did you know that? Australia was originally a penal colony. Makes me want to go back in time and commit a
Kevin, Bon Beanie, everybody. I'm telling Mom that Matt's being mean to Kimbra.
Dang it. I wasn't even serious. All right. Okay. Gina and I think the same a lot as well. Yeah. See, I mean, that's like a sign of a good relationship, I think. And she thinks that too, obviously, because
we're in one.
Because that's what we're talking about is we think the same thing.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. I would think that would be a sign that we have a good. Well, we have a lot in common. A frighteningly large amount of things in common. So.
And it works.
They say opposites attract. We're not really. There are ways that we're opposites, but
like you're old and I'm young.
Yes, yes. Can I get a little cred now? She's being mean to me.
I mean, you just had a birthday. I have to use it against you.
Really? I thought you had birthdays and we celebrated for a month, but okay.
Yeah, we're still celebrating.
From October?
No, you.
Oh, me. It's still my birthday month. That's true.
Right.
It's true. Me and Gina.
That's right. And Mallory.
Yeah, and Mallory. Yeah. Yep. And my mom.
That's right. And anybody else that we've missed.
Wally's not there. If you may be seeing things.
I mean, I just moved this. So
oh, that's Wally. Hi, Wally.
Your mom's now defending you. Oh,
wait, no. Okay, I heard her be mean to you. See, mom's got my back. Yeah.
Whatever.
Ha ha ha. And Curtis. Facebook user said and Curtis.
I think that means Curtis's birthday is also in June.
Well, happy birthday, whether it's happened or not happened yet. Happy June birthday.
I can Facebook stalk. Is that too creepy?
Stacy says, I am old and Gina is young. Something about old guys, huh? Right? Old guys rule.
Yeah.
Just saying. Did you hear that bird?
I did hear a bird, yes.
It's like, I heard it last night too, and I was like, is that a bird? Shouldn't the bird be going to bed now? I don't know.
Do you want me to look up what bird it is?
No, not right now. Young people can call me old all they want to. I own it. I wouldn't be young again. Yeah. I mean, there are certainly parts of youth that I don't miss. She's going to look up the bird because it's chirping. You probably can't hear it in the microphone, but it's like, it is a very random chirp. It's not actually dark out, I don't think yet.
No?
I think it's mostly dark. Meg, I'm just old. Meg, you're not old. Isn't Meg like your age?
I don't know. Meg, how old are you? I mean, you don't have to tell us. I
asks.
I was just kidding. Instead of you just get to the point though. And so I think Meg is this old.
I was saying I think she's young. The youth is wasted on the young. That's right. Yes. If I could go back in time, I'd make
Meg, you don't actually have to tell us. I was just kidding.
I'd probably make all the same mistakes. I'd like to think I'd go back.
She's 38. Look, she actually told us.
Oh, look,
yeah, she is kind of my age.
She's close to your age. So that's not old, Meg. Now you will be old because I remember when I turned 40 and I was like, wow, 30 to 40 went really fast. And now I'm 50 and I'm like, I thought 30 to 40 went fast. So
that's probably what it is.
The Northern Mockingbird.
Do you want me to go out and do the sound thing on it and see? Okay.
No, it's really light out in Missouri. Birds all around me. Oh, your hummingbirds, Mom? My mom, if you don't know, has like a what would you call it? Not, an army doesn't seem like the appropriate term, but it's like legions of hummingbirds that
well, they have wings, not arms.
Oh, army. I get it. Yeah. A wingy.
Oh.
Yeah, Sean is old. He's in the 60s, so
wingy. All right, so we've got a couple minutes before we start. If you are new here and don't know how this goes, in a couple minutes we're going to start the podcast portion, which goes for approximately an hour, and we're going to do all the podcast talk and stuff and things and whatnots, and may or may not talk to the chat here and there, but our purpose is to do the podcast.
We might be a little chatty tonight.
We'll see how it goes.
Casual episode.
Yeah, and then afterwards we'll roll the credits and then jump back on and chat with everyone.
And try and make it off in time to watch Down Under Cruisers.
Yeah, that's why we started doing this earlier, because Matt talked.
Do this.
Oh, you want to do this?
Like an album cover.
That's for everyone to screenshot. I hope my face didn't look bad. I wasn't looking at it.
Sean is still young at heart. Yes, he is. He is young at heart. That's all that matters.
What did your face look like? We should have
It was serious. I was like.
What did my face look like?
I don't know. I couldn't see because I was too busy concentrating on what my face looked like.
Okay.
My mom, yep, 47 right in front of me. Oh, I thought she was talking about age. I'm like, you are not 47. Turn that number around. And watch your mouth about old. Turn 75 this week, 75 years young. Yes, my mother is young at heart as well. So hopefully I didn't fall far from that tree.
Oh, I need to text your mother about your birthday.
Oh, okay.
I was going to do that, but we were talking to Sean and I didn't want to be rude.
Yeah, I would have been like, what are you doing? So, all right, it's 8:30. Let's start this thing.
Come with me, we're going on a Fintastic Cruise. Pick your destination with news, tips, and reviews. But here is an item you might not have thought of. All of the things under the water. Nature surrounds us with elegant features. You can't go on a cruise and not see the creatures. So let's make some magic, let's get ecstatic. Instantly classic, maybe romantic. The wildlife around you, cinematic on your Fintastic Cruise.
Bon Beanie, and thank you for joining us on another episode of Fintastic Cruising. I am Matt.
And I'm Kimbra.
And welcome is what Bon Beanie means. I said thank you. I did it right that time.
I know.
Welcome to this episode of Fintastic Cruising, where we are going to go over our recent cruise on the Carnival Paradise. But before we do, we were on last week, and we had already cruised, but we didn't talk about it because it was the Helping Hands for Cruising Cruise-a-thon. Helping Hands for Cruising.
Cruising.
Helping Hands for Cruising.
Cruising.
See, I could do the song too, right? Okay, don't answer that. Anyway, just wanted to say that thank you to everyone who supported and continues to support Helping Hands for Cruising. We did earn some money. Did you write that number down?
I sure did. Look at that. Right there.
$1,626.75. That's in US dollars. It sounds even more impressive in Australian dollars, like $2,341.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. So that is going to help us get somebody cruising that would not normally have the opportunity to do that. So thank you for donating. You do not have to only donate during our cruise-a-thons. You can donate anytime. You can look at it's in the show notes of our podcast. Maybe not. Maybe Meg will put the thing in the chat, but also you can go.
I need to add that link.
You can go to Helping Hands for Cruising on YouTube. You can go to it on Facebook.
I have the Facebook linked in the show notes.
Go to the website. If you just search Helping Hands for Cruising, you are going to find that. And if you can't, send us an email at fintasticcruising@gmail.com and we will get you that link if you have any issues at all with that. We would love for you to help us help people to cruise. We are going to go on our group cruise in March of next year.
Yes. You have it up already?
It was not the South Park show, Kevin. What?
This one?
No, that one. Yes, I was looking at Kevin's comment.
I see that.
About comparing my sound to, or maybe yours too. So, Helping Hands for Cruising.
Cruising.
That's like the Cartman version.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. So, our group cruise is March of 2023 on the Carnival Pride going out of Tampa to where, Matt?
It's going to Grand Cayman, Mahogany Bay, Roatan in Honduras, Belize, and Cozumel in Quintana Roo, Mexico.
And Matt, how can that be booked?
And if you book now, you get a free set of Ginsu knives. No, that's not true. That's not true. You can simply send an email to fintastictravel@gmail.com. That's fintastictravel@gmail.com for all your travel needs.
That's right.
If you're cruising. If you have other travel needs, don't send us an email because we won't be able to help you.
Yeah, at least not yet. I need to learn how to book like all the cruises, and then I can learn how to book non-cruises.
Thank you, Kenny. Kenny, who is our first recipient of Helping Hands for Cruising, going on the group cruise we will be going on in October, which is getting closer and closer.
Do you know how many days, man?
And Kenny is awesome, always helping spread the love. Appreciate that. do appreciate
There's
that.
112 days
112 days,
I can't
15
wait.
hours, and 25 minutes.
as of this very moment. You know what? It's going to be super exciting when that goes below 100.
When it gets into double digits
Yeah.
instead of triple digits. And we're getting close. I know the Down Under Cruises are going to be celebrating that. 112 days, he said right there. Yeah. Boop. 112 days. And that is the cruise that is going out of Miami. And it's going to Bonaire, Aruba, and 2 ports in Dominican Republic.
La
Right?
Romana and Amber Cove.
Yeah. So that is going to be a good cruise. Not only because it's on the Carnival Horizon, which ours is on the Carnival Pride, not only because the Horizon is an awesome ship, but also because those port stops are awesome, specifically Aruba and Bonaire, but also because there are a whole mess of people going on this cruise. A whole mess of people. Not just us, not just Down Under Cruisers. There are a lot of people going on this
Like
cruise.
everyone.
Like,
Almost.
it's like 20, 30 people. I don't even know. It's a lot of people and lots of good people that you can meet and interact with and make some new friends. But that's always fun. So yes. And you can meet Meg, but she won't be on the cruise. She'll be on our cruise because she likes us more, Sean. But she won't be on that cruise, but she will be there for the meetup the night before and hopefully the morning before, because we probably won't get there until the wee hours of the morning. On
Or
that.
not night.
Or night. Yeah.
It won't
It'll be late.
Yeah.
It might be
It'll
late.
be late. Hoping,
21 cabins is what Meg says.
oh, that's a lot.
21 cabins. Figure double occupancy at least for most of those. A few exceptions, but maybe some that are over 2. I don't know. So that's like 42 people. Or 42. It's the answer to the question. Life, the universe, and everything.
That's right.
Yes. So
Stacy has 8 days until their celebrity eclipse.
equinox going to Alaska.
That says eclipse, not equinox.
Yes, the eclipse, celebrity eclipse.
24 channels, 21 cabins, 45 people.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. We'll give that a fantastic.
24 channels, 20. So that means channels are cabining up.
Yes. So if you are interested in going on that group cruise, you need to contact Cindy Spiker. She is booking that cruise. And I don't know if friggin' mice. Yes. Thank you for that. I don't know if Meg, if you have the link, sorry to put the pressure on you. Do you have the link, Meg? Or Sean, if you can throw the email up there, or just go over to the Helping Hands for Cruising, any of the sites, and or shoot us an email and we will get you the contact information so you can get booked on that cruise.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else we got? Anything else that you want to share at the moment?
I don't think so. I think that's the kit and caboodle of
Anything
it.
happened this week that we wanted to talk about?
I mean, other than me having to quarantine
Did
because
you
of COVID.
want to talk about that? I
Oh,
guess
I
so,
don't wanna-
since
I
you
don't wanna
said
say
it.
that in public.
It's a little late now.
No, there's Cindy's email.
Cindy
There we go.
at cindyspikertravels.com.
She will set you up for that cruise. Good people. So yeah, I had COVID, I mean, I'm boosted and all that stuff. I'm double boosted, but you didn't get it. You're only single boosted, which kind of ticks me off, but I'm glad you didn't get it really though.
At least not yet. We'll see how that goes. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not over yet.
I know, but hopefully
You're
it
probably
is.
past your like virus shed,
I should
right?
be because I'm out of quarantine.
Right.
tomorrow.
That's true.
Technically, I'm out of quarantine now if I go. Anyway,
But yeah.
wasn't too bad. So that's been my week. Yeah, I've been staying at home,
Playing lots of video games.
playing a lot of video games,
And I've been working, making the money.
making me feel bad about it every second of the day.
Wow. I haven't had time to make you feel bad about it because I've been working so hard.
There you go. Boom. Look at that. Let's see. Here we go. If you want to go on the next group cruise, contact Cindy, and there's a Facebook address, the dates, and all that good stuff. Yes, Meg is faster than you, Sean. So coming all the way from down under. Yeah, that's not how that works.
All right,
But
let's talk about the Paradise.
let's talk about it. Talking about it, talking about it, talking about it, talking about it.
Paradise. Just thought I'd add that in.
Okay. Oh, yes, Meg, remind me of that and I'll tell you. Okay, so we went on the Carnival Paradise.
We did. We left on a Thursday.
Yep. So we worked Wednesday. It left out of Tampa, so we literally drove to work on Thursday morning, but we didn't go to work. We got on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Because it's the same. Our parking lot at work is closer than the cruise parking lots to the ship.
I mean, we still had to walk around.
Yeah, that's because there's lots like heinous
construction. It's horrible.
On. But still nice because we don't have to pay for that parking for us. So that's good. That works out well for the two of us. And so we got on the Paradise. It's a 4-night cruise. And where do you want to start? So let's back up a little bit. Beep.
We had to get COVID tested, of course, but
yes,
before, did we talk about the debacle with that?
No, it wasn't that big of a
debacle. It wasn't, but it kind of added a minute of stress.
We've had it easy.
I know we have.
Because there's a TGH, which is Tampa General Hospital, like walk-in clinic, and every cruise we've been on since COVID, which is
except the Mardi Gras.
Except the Mardi Gras and Virgin.
Right.
No, we did it for Virgin too.
We didn't do it for Virgin because we did it there on site for Virgin.
Right. The Holland America, we did it, but then they did it again at the port.
Correct.
Yeah. Anyway, it hasn't cost us anything. We've been able to make an appointment and on our lunch break, walk down, get tested, and come back.
Yeah.
So that's been very convenient, but it didn't work out this time. We made our appointment, and then what happened?
And then I got a call, and they were like, hey, you have this appointment, and we're closing our location for 2 weeks, so you can't do it. Do you want to make a new appointment at some other location? And I'm like, no.
That was like 2 days before, the day before, wasn't it?
It was the day after we made our appointment.
Oh, okay.
So it was a week away. We made our appointments 1 week before we needed it.
Time.
Yeah.
But still.
But so I just said no because I was flustered. We had just left work. We were walking to the car and I was like, no. And then of course they were probably going to call Matt next. So I was like, you probably have Matt also on your list. Don't call him. He's right next to me. I'll let him know. So they had to close down 2 locations for a couple weeks, I think due to staffing and stuff.
Yeah, they had some staff issues. I'm not sure if it was sickness though. It sounded like there was
something else going on.
Other things going on.
So we looked into like the CVS and the Walgreens and like some other options. And I think once we got home, we were like, well, why don't we see if there's another one of these TGH fast tracks around, because that's easy. And there's one that's just up the road from us a little bit.
And they closed late enough that we could get.
Yep, they closed at like 7 or 8 or something like that, or 9. I don't know. It was later. So they had appointments for after work. So we came home, had dinner, and then went and got our appointments. So it worked out.
Yeah.
But for a minute, we were like
a little bit of stress. I'll be glad when we I'm cool with having a test if that's what we need to do, but I'll be glad when we don't have to do that anymore because it's and it was kind of stressful because we got in there, right? So we pull into the parking lot and there's like a Nerdy Needs gaming store there. So we knew where that was, but it's not a lot in this plaza, but the parking lot was like full. And I'm like, oh, great. It's going to be a bunch of sick people in the health clinic. We walk in, there's nobody in there at all. And then we go up and we say, hey, we're here for the test, blah, blah, blah. They give us the clipboards, fill out. And then in walks this lady and she's mashed up. You have to be masked up in the waiting room there. But she's like coughing and hacking and she goes up to the desk and, we can hear the conversation because there's nobody else in the office. And they're like, oh, what's the problem? And she's like, I have a sore throat and I'm sneezing and I'm coughing and blah, blah, blah. Like,
I think she said, I have a lot of issues now. Yeah. I think those were the words that she used.
Like, oh my God, we're going to get COVID getting tested for COVID. Like, this sucks. And then somebody else came in, which you didn't even see that person, but this other lady came in.
I was too busy watching the other one.
And she was sick too. And then she sat down. Fortunately, they sat, across the waiting room
Yeah.
from us, but still, I'm thinking like, yeah. But anyway, that was fine. 'Cause I don't think we got COVID from them. So
No, Meg, we did not pay for the test. They are still
No.
covered under insurance for us, at least
Yes.
at this location.
yeah, we haven't paid for a test yet.
Nope.
Even we've been taking a lot of at-home tests this week, and even though all those we've gotten for free. So
Yeah, because again, with insurance, we get so many tests free per month,
Yeah,
and then the
it's a lot.
government has sent the ones. Yes, Mallory, those other people were masked.
yeah, they were masked.
Everybody was required to wear a mask in that waiting
Yeah.
room. So,
But still, like most of the time you go to TGH because you don't feel well or something's wrong. In our case, we're going in there, we're fine. We're trying to verify that we're fine. So then when you see like sick people, you're like, yeah, get away from me, sick people. I don't
Yeah.
want you to get me sick. Because it was just enough time that I'm like, oh, great. Symptoms will show up like on the second day of the cruise. So, but that didn't happen.
yeah, Stacy says they
So-
order the Buy Next Now home test. Yeah, we've thought about that,
Mhm.
but if we can do them for free,
Right.
then
Yeah.
that's what we choose to
And
do.
it's worked really well.
Yeah.
The funny thing is the doctor at the location that we went to is the doctor that we've had before at the downtown location.
Yeah.
He like recognized us. He's like, oh, you're going on another cruise. So that was kind of fun. And that's how we know there was some employee
Yeah.
stuff happening. He didn't get into details or anything, but just the way he framed the sentence, I was like, oh, there's some drama going
Yeah.
on there or something.
He was like,
But-
I can't wait to get back to the other location.
Yeah.
So, anyways, back to the cruise itself. So, that was a very serious look.
I was just being dramatically emphasizing my
Okay. So 4-night cruise. Do you want to talk about where it went and stuff, or you want to just start at the beginning and work our way through it?
let's start at the beginning and work our way through it.
All right. You want to
Yeah.
talk about getting on the ship, or does that matter? Just
Oh, getting on the ship. Oh, well, let's talk about if you ever sail on Carnival out of Tampa, there's a good chance that you will have a gentleman in the waiting area. And I cannot remember his name, but he said it and he said it.
Oh, Brian with an I.
Brian with an I. Yes, Brian with an I. This man is hilarious and he makes your waiting time a lot less unpleasant. And he's just entertaining. He tells people, he goes on the intercom and he's like, hey, if anybody look at your cruise card right now, and if it's blue, that means this is your first cruise. I'm going to give you some free tips. If this is your first cruise, all you have to do is go up to any of the servers in the buffet and tell them that Brian with an I sent you, and you will get free ice cream. Why am I doing this when I've got an actual microphone? You will get free ice cream for the entirety of the cruise, which, obviously is funny. So, but he's a hoot.
Yes.
He's a hoot. I
He's
hope
got some
on-
energy, that's for sure.
Yeah, I hope he's on when we do our group cruise out of there.
Yeah.
And we can have some fun with that. But anyway, we'll have to see if our friends that work there know him. I'm sure they do.
Oh, I'm sure.
So we got on the ship pretty hassle-free. We got on like 11, I think, around 11 o'clock.
Yes, I think right about 11, because we had the 10 o'clock arrival time. And we got right through all the security checks and stuff. What was weird is when we went through the security check, we both had hats on and they told us to take off the hat, like not just kind of lift it up, but like fully take it off. And like the guy like checked the seams.
That's the thing they do.
I've never seen that happen before.
I wear hats a lot.
So it's
places do that.
Of all the cruises that we've been on together, that's the first time that's happened to me.
No, that they do that to me when we go to Universal. They do that
Oh,
to
really?
me at the airport. Yeah.
Interesting.
Because
Okay.
people hide stuff in there.
I
which
mean, I believe
we're going to
that.
cover that topic. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was weird because I've never seen that, but apparently it's a thing and I'm just dumb. Okay, so
What did we do that was out of character for us on this cruise?
we got the drink package.
Yes, we did. Oh, yes, we did. We got the drink package because 4-night cruise, why not? It was about they just raised the price. We didn't get it until the last minute before the cruise, so we paid the higher price, which was like $60 a person.
It's $59.95.
$60.
However, that's if you buy it before you get on the ship. If you buy
Yes.
it when you get on the ship, it's like $65.
Right. But a few months ago,
So
it was cheaper.
Yes,
yeah.
but what I'm saying is on the ship, it's another $5
Right.
more.
Right. If you're going to get the drink package,
So-
buy it before you sail.
I mean, that's $5 per person per day.
Right,
So
so
that's
that's-
another $40
Right. If it's two people.
if
in the
it's two
cabin.
people. Yeah.
So-
Just throwing
I
that
think
out
I
there.
moved, my neck is clicking. It's really weird. Anyway, yes. So we did the math, assuming that an average drink cost
I think we
10
had about $10.
$10.50 or something like that.
Yeah.
With gratuities and all that. We figured we had to drink, and this is not a big secret. People know this. You have to drink about 5 drinks a day to break even on average. I mean,
Each.
it depends on what you're drinking, and you can drink like specialty coffees and sodas, and that kind of messes with the math a little bit. But on average, we figure, hey, if we drink 5, like not real, but like fun-ish,
Like 5 pina
alcoholic-
coladas.
yeah, then we'll break even. So yeah, we can do that, right? That's not a lot. We only have 1 port day in Cozumel, and
2 sea days, which I guess now we've spilled the beans. We've told everyone what the cruise was.
well, I mean, yeah, that would be expensive for a beer drinker because beers are cheaper, but you can drink more beers. To be fair,
That's true.
like one hard liquor drink is equal to probably like 2 or 3 beers. Depend if you're drinking like the seltzer beers like Bud Light or something, you could drink like 23 of those. Well,
Yeah.
you can't on Carnival, you can only have 15, but
right.
but those are like, yeah, but we don't drink that because we like flavor. I do like beer, but if I drink beer, it'd be like Guinness or something. And yeah, I could still drink more of those than I could like pina coladas,
Yeah.
but I'm still not going to drink 15 beers. Not
No.
anymore. Not this point in my life. That's not
So
really a
so
thing
the point of
I
this is
do.
we have to drink 5 a day each
Yes,
to break even.
which seemed reasonable.
Seems reasonable. So we did it.
Well, we Yeah.
bought the drink package.
yeah, we didn't do it. We missed it by quite a bit actually.
Yeah.
So
The first day we rocked it.
yeah. we
However,
did. Well,
here's the thing.
we broke even on the first day.
Here's the
Not
thing.
a rock.
When you're in port, like on the first day before you leave, you're still paying taxes.
yeah,
So-
you're in international waters.
So although we had the drink package and our drinks were covered, we still racked up about $8 in taxes.
total for the two of us.
Well, yeah,
and that was for like probably 4 drinks each or something, 3 drinks each.
something like that.
Something, yeah. It wasn't horrible, but yeah. So you at least had Meg's asking, well, you at least had waters, correct? I mean, you can get water for free. You can get bottled water. We get bottled water for free for being like gold members.
Or we get a large bottle of water. Yeah.
But I'm okay drinking. Don't have a problem drinking water. I know some people are
Yeah.
funny about
But we could
drinking
also,
water.
because of the drink package, we could go up to a bar and get
Yeah.
a bottle of
We
water.
were filling our water. We bought our water bottles.
We did,
filled
yeah.
Our water bottles, which worked out fine. But anyway, we probably will never get the drink package again because
Well, this is our second time trying it.
we did, and the first time we failed as well.
Yeah.
So I think we know now, and
We've
it was
learned
a short cruise too.
Two different cruise lines.
Yeah.
Drink package failed on both.
So I mean, the advantage is like I don't worry about it. Like if I don't have the drink package, every time I get a drink, I'm like, oh, how much? What's my tab up to now? Which is stupid because it would never be the amount that we pay for the drink package. But I already paid for the drink package, so I know what that is. So that is nice. And for some people, may drink enough to make that worth it. Some people do drink enough to make that worth it. We are not those. We are not those people, but it was fun to try,
Yeah.
I guess. So then the cool thing about sailing out of Tampa is that, well, one, you get to see the Florida Aquarium behind the scenes. So, this is where we work, and you can see like the dome, that's kind of what the Florida Aquarium is known for. That's where our wetlands habitat is, our wetlands galleries. Those white tanks that you see down near the parking lot, the pier, I should say, those are our filter yard. So that's where a lot of our major filtration is done for our coral reef habitat and a lot of our other big habitats, which if you look kind of to the left of the dome, you can kind of see an awning. That's where our coral reef is. And then this back area, there is a kind of a whitish roofed building that
The one with the tree sticking up
has
right
a
in front
palm
of
tree
it.
right in the middle of
Yeah.
it. And it's the furthest right kind of top of that. That's what we call area D. That's where our offices are. So that's where we spend a lot of time when we're not in the aquarium itself. But anyway, kind of a cool view. So if you guys are on the cruise with us out of Tampa, then we can give you more fun information. And then we're sailing out, right? And so a fun thing is you technically have phone coverage until you're in international water. So although it may be spotty, but Tampa Bay takes like 2 hours to get to the end of it.
Yeah.
So we left late. We left at like 5.
Yeah, we were
Usually
delayed.
that ship is usually gone by
There was like
4.
some like police boat stuff going on.
There was weirdness happening.
Yeah.
So our friends Stacy and Gina, they sent us a text and they're like, hey, we're watching the port cam, which the port cam is on the Marriott, which is that tall building on the right of the canal here. You can see the Starship ship there. You can do like dinners on that. You can see the aquarium boat in front of that World War II museum merchant marine vessel. And then the Marriott, you can see a little M on it. And so they took a screenshot. And look at that. There we are. You see me wearing not this pink shirt, but a pink shirt, and Kimbra wearing her, I think it was your Fintastic Cruising
dive shirt
shirt there. So that was zoomed in on the screen capture of the camera. So thank you, Stacy, for sending us that. That was kind of cool to see that. Yeah. And then we started sailing out into Tampa Bay.
Yes.
So.
And you didn't take a picture, no, because we tried to record and say the Skyway.
Yeah, we did some video. We haven't edited any of it yet, but
we attempted to like do it live, but
yeah,
we failed.
It didn't really work very well. We lost our internet right at the right at the key moment, and we got a little bit of it on there. But anyway,
yeah,
we got a video of it, so eventually we'll get that edited and put up someday.
We still have our last 4 cruises to edit, but that's beside the point.
Yeah. Anyway. Going under the Skyway Bridge, though, is a pretty cool experience. It doesn't look like the ship's going to make it underneath the Skyway Bridge, but obviously it does. It does limit the size of ships that can go in and out of Tampa Bay. So that is a factor to keep in mind if you are sailing out of Tampa Bay. But it's kind of cool, too. You know, it's a unique attribute to sailing from Tampa.
Yeah.
So,
Matt, what was your first drink that you got on the cruise?
It was something from the rum bar. I don't remember what it was called though. It had a fancy name. We wrote it down, didn't we? No, we videoed it. Yeah, we need to make that video too.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a fun video.
We did a video. We tried to do a video the first day of all the drinks we had, so that'll be entertaining. But
I can tell you what you had. It was the rum bar that we went to first. Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay. I believe you. I was just making sure.
It was that red something.
I know. I'm just trying to get it so that I can actually read it because it's all blurry.
So yeah, so we sailed into the Skyway Bridge, and then and that was our first day. We went to dinner. We didn't do a lot that day, really. As has been the case since
Red's Rum Treasure.
There you go.
And I had a pina colada.
Since cruising started back up, the muster was a piece of cake, real super easy, a lot of fun. So, or not fun, but it was quick, which makes it fun because you don't have to we literally checked in. I don't even think they showed us how to put a life.
No, we walked over, they scanned us and said bye.
Yeah, that was it. So we watched a video, I think maybe on the TV, or I don't know. We're supposed to. I don't know, but it's fun. It was good. It's one of the nice things that's come out of the pandemic, and there's not a lot of those. So
yeah,
so that was cool.
Yeah. What else did we do that day?
We just kind of walked around the ship. We did the spa tour. If you've never done a tour of the spa, it's a little bit fun. It's a little bit pushy. It wasn't too pushy.
It wasn't real pushy.
No, this one wasn't too bad. But if you go up on the first day, they'll do a spa tour. And normally what happens is what happened with us. I wasn't sure if they changed things with COVID, but they got back to it if they did. They'll take you around. They'll show you the different rooms and what they do in the rooms. There's a lot of woo, which I just kind of smirk at. But they'll give you like little examples of massage and stuff and put the hot stones on your arm. And it's kind of fun, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It smells good. It's kind of cool to see. And if you are interested in a treatment, they're a little pricier than they would be on land, but you know, you're on a cruise, so why not?
Well, and you get entered into like a raffle to win like a certificate. So if you're like real interested, then you could possibly lower the price by using that. Sometimes
they are pushy, and they try and get you to sign up, but if you say no, they're not like gonna chase you down the hallway or anything. And if you are interested in a spa treatment, a little cruise tip for you is to try and book it on possibly the first day, but also days when you're in port. They will often run sales on things because most people are off the ship, so they're trying to get business. So that's something you can do to help save a few dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a tip that somebody told us, and we said that was a good tip. Did you write that down? Do you remember that?
I
don't remember what it was.
I don't have
so it doesn't really
down.
matter, I guess.
Do not have anything written down.
Okay.
No.
Well, somebody said something when we thought that was a really good tip, and then we didn't write it down. So you don't get to find out.
If that was you, I keep looking back here for my soda.
I don't know why.
I don't either. It's never over there. But
all right, so we did the spa tour.
The spa tour.
We went and we kind of just sat around a bit.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Okay, both of us have been on the Paradise before, but since then we've been on a lot of bigger, newer ships. And I always say, you know, give me that old little ship, and that's all I need. And I'm not retracting that statement or detracting it. But what I will tell you is this is the first time I've ever been on a Carnival ship and felt a little underwhelmed. And I think the decor, the lack of options, it didn't by any means ruin the cruise. It was a great cruise, but it's the first time I ever noticed that on a ship.
I agree. I feel like because we've recently been on all of these other ships with so much more, going back to the Paradise, I was like,
the size doesn't bother me.
No.
Size doesn't matter. But
amenities.
But amenities, it's what you can use on this. Anyway,
it's how you use it.
Yes. It's what's available for you to use. It's how many toys you have.
But also,
yes,
the layout of this ship, I forgot. I hate it when the dining room
bad layout
is in the middle of a ship and you cannot walk through. I hate it so much. And I forgot that was the same way on, was it the Horizon that was like that?
No, I think the Royal Caribbean one was like that.
Was it? There was another
Brilliance
ship.
Was like
maybe.
That.
Brilliance. Oh, Brilliance. Anyway. Yeah, I hate that so much. It just frustrates me because we have to go up and over and down, or down and over and up. It just irritates me.
That doesn't really bother me, but I know it bothers you, and I know there's other people that bothers. But I do enjoy when that's not this case, because that's one of the reasons why I like the Spirit class. No, not the Spirit class. What's the Pride? Is that Spirit class?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Spirit class, because the layout I think is, and I don't even realize that's what it is, but I think that maybe I do realize it because I think that is one of the things I like about it.
Yeah.
But there's no alchemy bar. There's just it's just missing a few odds and ends. Like I said, it's not a big deal. I would sail the Paradise tomorrow, but
it's got Guy's Burgers and Blue Iguana now, which it didn't used to have.
Right. So, but that was an interesting thing for me to have that.
I would still say it's really great for a first time cruise or a new cruiser
or a short cruise like we did.
Or a short cruise, yeah.
Now, if I'm going to plan a cruise out in the future and I'm going to take like a full week, I'm probably not looking at the Paradise,
right?
Unless it's just got a really killer itinerary. I'm going to look for a different ship. But if it's a short cruise, just get out and I'm fine with it. It's still great. But yeah, I'm spoiled, I think, is what's going on.
Yeah.
I think I'm spoiled now for cruise ships. Wow. That's unfortunate, sort of. But yeah. Stacy says the Carnival, Freedom, and Magic also have MDR in the way. So that's a thing. I think that once cruise ships figured out that they could do that better, now everybody's spoiled as well. And they're like, oh, I hate this. But back in the day, it's like, well, I'm on a ship. This is why I have to do these things.
Right.
And now it's like, well, you don't. So anyway, but yeah, Carnival Paradise is a nice ship. It's one of the only fantasy class ships left. I think there's 3 left. And it's the second oldest ship, I want to say, that in Carnival's fleet.
Mm-hmm. So,
but it's still in good shape. It's still a nice ship. Yeah. So yeah. Now, all right. When do we want to talk about we've got some gripes. Do we want to talk about that now, or?
Well,
the ship not having amenities is not a gripe. That's just
it's just a fact.
What it is, and it's okay. These are some gripes that I think, I don't know, maybe Carnival needs to address, and I love Carnival. So, but these are things that we notice that I've never noticed as much on the ship.
Go ahead. Let's throw them in there real quick, and then we can get into the rest of the fun stuff.
All right, because it was a good cruise. So first thing I'm going to talk about is there was a lot of things that happened on the ship that we felt like should have gotten the attention of staff and been the kibosh should have been put on it, and it wasn't. And this was one of the weird things. This is like on the fantasy class ships, there are these little sitting and eating areas behind the buffet. So this is up on deck 9, I think. And it's just a little railing. It's a beautiful place to sit. It's a great place to eat. It's one of my favorite things about the ship, actually. It's a really cool spot. I didn't realize
what this picture was supposed to be.
And then if you look over my right shoulder, you will see that there was a family up here, and they had draped their swim gear, their towels over the railing on the back of the ship.
It even looked like maybe some undies.
You're not supposed to do that in your stateroom. You certainly shouldn't do that on the back of the ship in the eating area of the buffet. Now, it's not even the fact that it's like, ooh, gross, there's undies for me. For me, it's like your junk is going to fall off the ship and go into the ocean, and that's not, I don't like that.
Yeah. And they were taking over like almost that whole side.
Yeah.
Like other people couldn't sit over there.
It was weird. And we saw Carnival team members coming out there several times, picking things up and stuff. Nothing was said to these people. And I would think that was breaking policy. I don't think that's like a policy. Carnival
you're not supposed to hang stuff over your balcony.
Right. So this is like even worse.
And this is like in a public area.
And it's hanging like over the end of the ship. Like if it would have come off the balcony, it was going into the Gulf of Mexico or wherever. So another thing that we noticed was there were a lot of kids on this cruise, and we've seen that before, but there were a lot of kids doing things that were out of control, which I do blame the parents for that. But the reality is you can't trust parents to take care of their children in this day and age, unfortunately. And so I felt like Carnival staff should have done something about it. What I'm talking about is specifically the piano that's set up in like across from the coffee area and stuff. We saw in 2 different occasions, kids come by and it's got the thing closed. They open it up and they just start banging on the keys on the piano. And I'm like, if I was the pianist, is that what you call the pianist? I would be like ticked, because I'm assuming that's a fairly sensitive piece of instrumentation that you don't want a kid just banging on. And like we saw like several people walk by, and it was very obvious because it was very like annoying. Nobody said anything. So I don't know. But those are minor things. They didn't ruin our cruise. They were just things we were like, that's weird. Why don't they stop that? The thing that really annoyed us, and if you are on our Facebook group, Fintastic Cruising, what's it called?
The Fintastic Cruising Community.
There you go. COVID brain.
I don't think that's the case.
was the marijuana. It's out of control. I've smelled it before, like when I've had a balcony and I get a whiff of it, and that's annoying, and I don't like that. Look, I don't care if you smoke pot. I don't care. You can smoke banana peels. I don't care. That's your life, but I don't want to smell it. And it's also a fire hazard. And we smelled it in the hallway, and we had an ocean view room in our cabin, like strong, like really strong pot smell, super frustrating. It's super obvious. And, you know, we were complaining about it on Facebook, and people were like, you should complain. We didn't, because after the second day it stopped. So we noticed it a little bit the first day. We're like, is that what we think it is? And then the second day it was like bad. And we're like, this is ridiculous. And then we were kind of at that level. We're like, if it happens again, we're going to go complain. But what happened was, when we posted on Facebook that we think that John Heald has turned his reins over to Cheech and Chong, we found a whole bunch of other people who had similar stories to share. And so apparently that's a problem. Now, supposedly, and somebody's saying there's been people taken off the ship due to pot and drugs. Shocked people are willing to take that chance. Supposedly they will fine you $500 for smoking in the cabin. Mm-hmm. And if you are caught with pot or any other illegal drugs, your butt will get thrown off at whatever port you're at, and you're at your own expense to get home. And I'm fine with that. That's probably pretty harsh. So they probably don't do that too often unless it's a pretty severe thing. I don't know. I know that's a thing, but I don't know of any situations where that's really happened. Maybe it has, and I just don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't follow that kind of story, but, and I don't necessarily want people to have that experience. I just want them to not bring their pot onto the ship and smoke it on the ship. Or, you know, if Carnival wants to make a place for that, then that's fine. But
not in the room. No,
not a fan. It's gross. It smells horrible. And, you know, I don't want to walk into my stateroom and smell like I'm at like a Grateful Dead concert, because I wouldn't go to a Grateful Dead concert. So sorry, that was just a little bit of punk rock jabbing at the hippies for me. But anyway, those were our complaints.
Yep.
Didn't ruin the cruise. It was still a great cruise. Just something. I don't know. Have you guys run into that? Have you guys had to deal with either cigarettes or marijuana in your stateroom? I mean, it's bad enough when you go outside on the balcony and smell it, but when it's literally like you walk in and you're like, it smells like somebody was smoking a joint in this room. It's just like,
and you can't get out of it because it's like, yeah.
And some people are very sensitive to smoke. Like for me, it just smells gross, and I don't want to smell.
Yeah.
I don't want pot incense in my room. But for some people, that could be like a medical issue, I would imagine. Like definitely cigarette smoke. I've never smelled cigarette smoke in my room. Like, I've smelled it on the balcony, and that's gross too.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, Meg says definitely had to deal with the pot before. Yeah. I feel like this is not a problem I used to experience on cruise ships. It's a problem I've started to experience in the last like 4 years or so.
Yeah.
And I know pot's become legal in a lot of places, and it's become much more common. We smell it everywhere. I mean, sometimes our neighbors smoke it and our apartment smells like it. That's a whole nother thing. But, and that's fine. Whatever. Like I said, I don't care, but can we just find a way? So can't you just eat it or something so I don't have to smell it? I don't know. Anyway, there's my rant.
All right. Here's where we're at. We've got approximately 15 minutes to get through 3 days and the cruise creature.
All right. We can do it.
All right. So, first sea day, what did we do?
First sea day, what did we do? We
had some pool time.
Yeah, we got in the swimming pool. We
had a little hot tub time.
Yeah, the hot tubs were nice and warm. They were
actually hot.
They were a good temperature.
And that's where we got our new cups.
Oh yeah, the fish.
The parrot fish.
And the puffer.
And
not puffer, the blowfish, as they say. Yeah. So it was good. It was a nice, good, relaxing
We went and sat in the library for a little bit, I think.
Yeah, which the library is really cool.
Yes.
On the Paradise. It's got like the ship models and stuff in there, and the ceilings painted like a map. Like, it's a really cool spot.
It's a nice place
that I really like on that ship.
Here's what I'd say that I don't like about the library is in the evenings its location, because it's right where like the atrium is, and they have like the person always playing music. So like in the evenings when we were trying to figure out where to go to sit, my mind always went to the library, but then I was like, well, it's going to be so loud. I can't actually sit there and read.
Yeah, it's right by the piano bar and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I mean, I think for a cruise ship, they're thinking the library is more of a daytime serenity place inside. And then at night, you know, you can go out on the deck or something.
Right.
But this ship doesn't have a lot of like outer deck seating. No. So, but that's just because it's an older ship.
And the Serenity that closes at like 10.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't know why that's a thing, but
anyway, so yeah, we spent
it's a nice
just kind of hung out, had some sun time, some shade time, because I can't be in the sun that much. I burn. Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. We drank our 5. We actually did our 6 drinks that day.
We did 6, and we finished.
We didn't finish that. We did half of the last one.
Yeah. And then we went to bed because we were getting up the next day bright and early to go to Cozumel, which we love, Cozumel Port. And so we got up, and we were surprised because we woke up like an hour early, and we were already docked an hour early.
And people were getting off the ship
an hour early.
We were like, what's going on?
An hour early. And then we got off the ship and we went to find our excursion, and they were like, oh, good. Yeah. Sign in. You're going to meet and start in like
20 minutes.
Yeah. And we're like, but we're an hour early. And they're like, no, you're not. You're right on time. We're like, no, we're an hour early. No, you're not. And then I'm like practically arguing with these other people. They're like, no, it's because it's Central. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. No, Central Time is behind. And so finally they got through to me, or something got through to me, and we realized that our phones changed time to Central Time, which
has never happened before.
And I feel stupid because I know that's like a rookie mistake, but it's never done
when it's in airplane mode.
Yeah.
I've never seen that happen.
Nor have I. So I don't know. Both of our phones did it, and they've never done it before.
Other people's did it too. It wasn't just us, because there were some of our dinner people showed up an hour late.
Yeah. So it was a thing.
Something like that.
Something's changed, maybe with, I don't know. We're on Apple, so I don't know. But so learn from our rookie mistake. Either have a non-smartwatch, because smartwatches they're too smart for their own good. Or if you have an iPhone, I'm sure you can do this on Android as well. There is a setting that I found where you can turn the auto change time off, and you can tell it which time zone you want it to be in. And I did that with my phone after that experience, and it stayed the correct time the rest of the cruise. So I would recommend doing that if you're on a cruise that's going to be crossing time zones. And I would also have another watch to compare it to. You can compare it to the ship time on the TV, but then you're like, if you have like an actual physical watch that's not a smart watch, you can, for me, that just gives me that peace of mind. Yeah,
it caused a lot of confusion. Luckily we woke up before our alarm went off, because if we woke up when our alarm was supposed to go off, we would have missed our excursion.
Yeah. And that would have really been frustrating.
Yeah.
So you can, and Dan is confirming you can do that with Android. I'm sure you can. You can do the same stuff. So just be aware of that, because that's a mistake that if somebody told me about that mistake, I'd have been like, I know that. What do you think? I just cruised once. Well, 20 cruises later, I made that mistake. So don't.
It's just never happened. That's what was weird to me. It's never happened before.
Yeah.
But apparently there's always a first time for everything.
So we booked an excursion.
We did.
We were contemplating between the whale sharks and the dive, the 2-tank dive, and Chonkanab, and then we didn't do any of those. And I'll explain why. The whale shark one is really cool, and we will do it at some point. However, it takes so long to get to Cancun from Cozumel, and that's where you have to go, that you literally spend every second of your port time going to or coming back from this excursion. And I wanted to go, the port in Cozumel is really cool, whether you're on Royal Caribbean or Carnival or some of the other lines, but especially Royal Caribbean and Carnival, the port areas are really nice. And there's a lot of cool shops and stuff in there. And I really wanted to do that. I wanted to get something for my mom for her birthday. And I was planning on getting something for my dad for Father's Day, but they didn't have what I was looking for, unfortunately. But so we decided, and it's also the beginning of whale shark season. So I didn't know what our odds were of seeing a shark. So we decided to put that one on hold. Then the 2-tank dive or Chonkanab, 2-tank dive, we were going back and forth. It's a little bit deeper than Kimbra's Dove, and it's a drift dive. And so we weren't sure some of the specifics. And then we also heard that our friend was on the cruise before us, and her 2-tank dive got canceled because they didn't have enough people signed up for it. So we're like, well, let's just not do the dive. So then it's like, well, we got a Chonkanab. We love Chonkanab, but we thought, let's try something different. Like, we're going to be back in Cozumel in March. Let's try something different. So I wanted to get out on the reef, even though we weren't going on the dive. So we found an excursion, which was a catamaran sail and snorkel. It's a VIP catamaran sail and snorkel, small group. So we chose this one. It was a little more expensive because it said small group. And from the reviews, it sounded like it was under 20 people on this catamaran, which sounded pretty good.
Yep.
You got some light eating and unlimited drinks, and it wasn't real clear if they were taking you to one stop or two. So we booked it, and we went to get on this excursion. We didn't get there late.
Well, we
early.
We showed up to like where the meeting spot is, and there were a few people there, and then more people showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And then a few more people showed up. 2
different ships converging on this.
Yeah.
And so we're looking around, and other people are looking around going, this is a small group, right? Like, our ticket also said something different than the excursion we were booked on. It said like champagne thing.
Our wristband,
which it wasn't that, but that. So anyway, we were like, what's happening here? I think there was some kind of mix up, and they overbooked it, but they took all of us, and they were like, what, 28 people on one that 20 would have been like the max. It was a small catamaran, but everybody was friendly. And so they were partying, like they were like really into partying, which is fine. But it wasn't what we expected. But then we thought, who cares? We're going to have fun. It'll break us out of our shell. Because these people were super friendly, and they looked like a fun group to hang out with, and then we'll go snorkeling. So they start divvying out the gear. You know, who needs a mask? Everybody but Kimbra and I need a mask. Who needs a snorkel? Everybody but Kimbra and I need a snorkel. Who needs fins? We decided, let's not take our fins. We're just going on this. They're going to give us fins. We're looking at pictures. They're not giving us those stupid little baby fins. From the pictures, it looked like normal fins you would get. They give us baby fins. They're little baby fins. Okay, that's fine. It's a drift snorkel. I can handle it. Then they show me this. It's not a snorkeling vest, the thing of my disdain. No, this is way worse. It's like a belt, a flotation belt. And
like that foamy, real life jacket kind of like stuff.
This tall buckled belt. And I'm looking at it, and I look at the girl who seemed very unsure of herself. She was very nice. And I said, do I have to wear that while I'm snorkeling? And she said, oh, yeah. I said, so I guess I can't swim underwater. She did say I could take it off and hand it to her.
Yeah.
Technically, but I'm not going to do that on a drift snorkel, So I'm like, okay, put on your big boy pants. Don't let this bother you too much. You got to wear the belt, but you can see or whatever. So we do a drift snorkel. What is a drift snorkel? You get in the water, you drift with the group.
With the current?
We had to stay in the group with the current. It wasn't a terrible current. And then the boat follows you, and then you get back on the boat. Great. Except instead of going out to the actual reef, we're just going along the shore. So the coral was like way less than we would have seen at Chankanaab. And we're in this massive group of people, most of who are just floating like tops, not even looking underwater. And the whole thing lasted 20 minutes.
Maybe.
And then normally you're snorkeling, you can kind of like dilly-dally, and some people get on the boat, but I'm the last person on the boat. Not this time, because everybody's got to get back on because it's a drift. So 20 minutes of meh snorkeling, and then we're like, okay, now they're going to feed us and give us drinks. Wait a minute, don't we have another spot? Well, the other spot was not a snorkeling spot. So it was like the whole thing was 4 hours, right? And it only took us probably 20, 30 minutes to get to the first snorkeling site.
Yeah.
And then we spent like an hour traveling up to another area, which was just shallow water. And everybody got off of the boat. And they had like some flotation things, like some paddleboards.
And...
I actually didn't have to wear the belt there. I don't know why. It was like the same depth and everything where I was.
But there was no current.
There was a little bit of a current.
Yeah,
but not the same, not much less.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, I was able to swim underwater, and we did see some cool stuff there, although it was mostly just seagrass, just one little structure, and I saw more of that than I did. Well, I would have seen more in the other one if I could have swam underwater and spent more time there. But anyway, then we got back on the boat after about 10 minutes. Yes, about 10 minutes. And we rode all the way back and got off the boat. They did give us like rum punch, and like the drinks were flowing.
Oh, they were good.
The group that was with us, they were like getting their money's worth. They were drinking a lot. We drank a decent amount, but and the food, I'm not going to judge the food because it was seafood and pasta, and I don't like either of those things. So I don't think it's fair for me to judge this and they had guacamole and chips, which were fine. But if you like seafood and pasta, it might have been great. I don't know, because I don't eat seafood and I don't really like pasta. So did you like the pasta?
It was fine.
It was okay.
It wasn't like the best pasta in the world, but I took some bites.
Yeah. So, so that was it. We got back. We had plenty of time to do our shopping, which was good. Now, look, all in all, I don't know what would you 1 out of 10? What would you rate that excursion?
I'd probably make it a 6.
Okay. Yeah. I'd probably give it, for most people, I would say it's a 6 or a 7. For me, it was like a 3 or a 4.
Yeah. Some things that could make it better, I'd say actually a small group, because it's like we paid extra for it to be a small group, and we got no compensation for it being a mistake on someone's end.
I'm pretty sure they screwed up.
They were running around with clipboards and talking to each other and trying to figure things out.
You could tell there was something.
There was something wrong.
Yeah.
So the fact that it was 28 people, which for us, we ended up going into the back of the boat with like one other little family group.
We had shade, which was
we
good.
had shade. Everybody else was like crowded in the front.
Yeah.
So for us, it didn't feel super crowded. If we were in the front, it probably would have.
Yeah. I would have been miserable up there.
Also, I got burnt on this excursion because I decided, hey, this is a short cruise. I'm not going to wear my long sleeve rash guard and my long swim pants that I always wear and be the only person that's like totally fully clothed. I'm going to wear my normal swimsuit stuff. Well, that was a mistake.
But that wasn't their mistake.
It wasn't, but
that was
still.
Your mistake. Yes. And by the way, Mexico is very particular about wearing sunscreen in coral reef areas. So keep that in mind. Rash guards are a good idea.
Yeah. Or they won't
put it on the boat.
On the boat.
So, and you're not technically supposed to have it. So, But yeah, I mean, for people that were expecting to go on and just have like a party time on a catamaran, the reviews on this were really good. Like there's a lot of reviews. They're all really good. So maybe we're not the right people to judge it. I don't regret that we did it. I'm glad we did it to try it out, something different. But now we know if you're like us, it's not for you. If you just want to go on a catamaran and drink and have fun
and jump in the water one or two times,
it's great. I'd say do that in Aruba and have even more fun. But yeah, it is what it is, you know? So that's how that went. That was our excursion. Then we went into the port. I got some hot sauce.
Got some rum cakes.
I got a birthday present from my mom that I still haven't shipped yet because we have to figure out how we can ship it without it breaking. And I've been out all week, but that was good. You know, we had fun in port, which is what kind of I wanted. I really wanted to spend some time in that port. I really like that port and all the shops and stuff there.
I got a bracelet, which I showed last week.
Yeah. The Dia de los Muertos bracelet, which was very pretty. And we probably, Stacy's saying we probably, where'd it go? There it goes. We probably could have gotten a partial refund. I thought about to guest services, but you know, I think that part of it was our expectations did not line up with the excursion, and I don't completely blame them for that, although it is kind of advertised that way. And I think the other thing was just a weird kerfuffle, and I just was like, whatever. I mean, it's fine. No, Dan, I don't like pasta very much. I mean, some like mac and cheese is okay, but that's about it. Anyway, but yeah. So we did see some cool stuff. We did see some cool animals, which were going to be the cruise creature that we're going to talk about. But let's wrap up the rest of the cruise before we do that. Because then,
okay, so the last day was another sea day, and we found a spot in the main atrium, and you played a game on your iPad, and I read.
Yeah.
So
just relax.
I'm trying to like do more wellness like things, and one of my goals is to read a book each month. So His Majesty's Dragon is the first book in the Temeraire series.
Yes, which is one of my favorite series. So she's reading it.
So that's the book that I've decided to start reading.
The Temeraire series is basically takes place during the end of the Napoleonic Wars, but there's dragons. So I love it. If you like fantasy and you like historical fiction, it's really cool. And there's a lot of social messages in it. It's a really good book series, I think. But anyway, yeah. So
I read a lot because I mean, like we said before, there's not a ton of amenities, but that was kind of okay because I wanted to read.
I mean, that's the perk of a small, older ship is there's not a lot to do, so you end up with that downtime, which is good. Sometimes that's a good thing, and I think
forces that relaxation.
I think it was a good thing for us. We did do a trivia. I don't know if you want to talk about it.
We did Harry Potter trivia. I mean, we did 2 trivias. The first one was science trivia, which was not very sciencey.
No, it wasn't very sciencey at all.
And then we did Harry Potter trivia, which I did not win.
She almost won. This trivia, you know, we were like, is Harry Potter trivia going away? They crammed. I've never seen so many people at a trivia ever. Like, it was a full house, one of their little bars, and it was just packed. People sitting all over the floor, packed. I mean, it was really packed. And there were 27 points. You got 25. And only 2 people got 26. Nobody got 27. So there were only 2 people that got 26. And then they had to have like a question off thing or something. So, yeah, it was a sad day for Kimbra.
Yeah. So I don't really want to talk about it. Maybe after, a couple episodes, we could talk about the questions that I missed.
Yeah, we gotta get Tony on here, see if he knows.
Yeah. But I don't want to talk about it right now because it's still upsetting to me.
It's still too fresh.
The
wound is too fresh.
Oh, I do have a Paradise ship on a stick.
Oh, so you didn't need it anyway. Why do you even care?
But it's not one of the new ones. So.
Okay. So, then that was the last day.
Yep. And then Monday morning.
Yeah. Monday morning
is when we sadly had to get off the ship and walk into work.
Yes. We went straight from the ship to work. Got there on time. We're supposed to be at work between 8 and 8:30. We were there by 8.
We were there at 7:45.
Yeah, we were off the ship. It was super fast, and it was not that bad. I think Tuesday was worse for me than Monday. Honestly, like Monday, I was thinking it was going to be so horrible to get off the ship and go to work, and I'm not saying that I loved that experience, but it wasn't bad enough that I wouldn't do it again.
Yeah.
I would do it again.
I'd probably do it again. I mean, we didn't have to take a lot of time off work. We got to go on a cruise.
Yeah, it was fine.
I read like more than half of that book. So I had plenty of time to read. That was nice.
If it would have been like an 8-night cruise or a 7-night cruise, that probably would have been a little bit rougher. But being that it was a 4-night cruise and we didn't do a lot, like I felt like it was fine.
Yeah.
Like it was just like a weekend and we were coming back in and we didn't have to drive to work. So it was okay. It did suck a little bit though, but it like I said, it was worth it. It was worth it. I don't regret that we did that.
Yeah.
I thought maybe I would. I don't regret that we did that. I would do it again. Yeah. Okay. So let's hit the cruise creature. We'll not hit them.
Please don't hit animals.
You'll get stung. Okay, the cruise creature, the creature that we saw in the grassy area, in the grassy knoll of our second stop, was none other than
the yellow stingray.
As she tries to take a drink. The yellow stingray. I will put a photograph up from the video clip here, which is very green, even though I edited it, but there actually are yellow. Yellow stingray, one of my favorite animals to see on a cruise, and one of my favorite stingrays. I love yellow. They might be my favorite stingray, actually.
They're really cool.
I love yellow stingrays. They're pretty small. They only get about 14 inches in size. They're very round. They're much rounder than like our southern stingrays, like the big portobello mushroom ones, and a lot of the other stingray species that people normally would see in Florida and the Caribbean. They're a lot rounder, but they have the beautiful yellow to white background, or sometimes they're kind of the splotches and then a dark brown or green. Really a little bit variable. They can change their pattern colors a little bit with chromatophores to blend in, but just a beautiful cryptic animal. It's really cool. Really cool. And I've got another picture of one. This one I didn't take though. And the reason I got this is because if it looks green, it's because these animals are biofluorescent. And just to explain what that means, it's different than bioluminescent. So bioluminescent, like an anglerfish, means that that animal has some way of creating light. In the case of the anglerfish, it's actually a symbiotic bacteria that lives in their little angler thing. But in other cases, the animals actually have the chemicals to produce light themselves. Think of a firefly as another example of a bioluminescent animal that's not using a bacteria that it's culturing on its body. But these are not bioluminescent. Bioluminescent means that they light up. Biofluorescent means that they're fluorescent. So for the pot smokers out there, it's like when they wave the black light around and everything glows.
Like a yellow highlighter.
Like a yellow highlighter. They will glow. And there's a lot of animals that do this. There's a lot of marine animals that do this. There are a lot of mammals in Australia that glow. Do you know that?
No.
They are biofluorescent. And science hasn't really figured that one out yet completely. There's a lot of theories as to if there's an adaptative advantage to that, and it may be that animals that see in those spectrums of light, it provides more camouflage for them as predators or prey. It could be that the animals themselves see in those spectrums and they can see each other and communicate some way through coloration or something. But the reality is we don't really know for sure. And it may not be the same reason for all species. But yeah, platypus fluoresce. And there's a bunch of animals that fluoresce. Yeah. And not just in Australia. It's not just an Australian thing, but pretty cool, right? Pretty neat. Now, one of the cool things that I learned about the yellow stingray, because I'm like, well, what am I going to say about them? They're a stingray. They have a little bit thicker tail. They've got a big pronounced dorsal fin on the back. They do have a barb.
I'm going to say their barb is further down
Barb's
on their tail.
Almost at the end of the tail, whereas a lot of stingray, it can be different on different stingrays, but like the big southern stingrays, it's pretty close to the base, a little bit down from the base. Other stingrays, like an eagle ray, it's like right at the base of the tail. So that varies from species to species, but I don't know if wombats fluoresce when you say wombats, but they probably do. They probably do, because it's a lot of Australian mammals. But they do something really cool. So they eat fish, they eat little invertebrates, crustaceans, things like that. And apparently, one of the ways that they will find their food or get their food is, besides just like foraging through the sand and the muck, is they will actually kind of curve their body to make a little cave, which entices the little shrimp or whatever into the cave to hide. Little fish comes into the cave to hide, and then they eat them.
Oh,
And that's pretty cool, right? Right? Like I could do that if pizza was a living thing and I could somehow lure it in. I would do that. It looks like wombats do fluoresce based on the Googling that Kimbra has just done. So there you go. They're fluorescent. But yeah, if you're anywhere in Florida, the Caribbean, there's a good chance you're going to see one of these. They hang out in shallow water. They're usually near coral reefs, but you will see them in grass flats and stuff. I've seen them in Nassau. I've seen them in the Keys. I've seen them in Cozumel. I've seen them a bunch of places. They're probably the second most common. They're definitely the second most common stingray species I see behind the southern stingray. And honestly, they're a close second. Like I see a lot of yellow stingrays at Chankanaab. I've been to Chankanaab at times and seen like 8 or 10 of these things. And apparently there's a place in Jamaica where they will gather in large groups underneath mangrove trees where the birds walk. And the theory is, again, this is a theory. They don't know exactly what's going on here yet, but the birds, there's a lot of like snowy egrets and stuff that walk in there and they poop. And that poop is actually attracting a lot of invertebrate life, and then the stingrays are coming in for the invertebrates. So, that's the crap. That's the. I'd say something else, but my mom's probably listening. So yeah, yellow stingray. There's our cruise creature for you guys.
cool.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else we got?
Do you want to do our other? You had a couple other pictures. Did you want to show those?
Do I?
Yeah.
Do I? Oh, yes. Tell us about this, Kimbra. If you're listening, it's alcohol.
Well, I was going to say that.
Oh. Okay.
This was my favorite drink on the cruise. It was called the. I could have told you a minute ago.
The blue something?
No, it was.
It's like a pina colada with curacao in it.
And Midori. So it's like melon, citrus, and pina colada frozen. Oh my gosh. What is the name of this drink?
Probably too many of them. It looks like maybe somebody blended a Smurf in a pina colada. Like the Smurf got into the pina colada.
My goodness. It's like the name of like a storm or something. The Twilight Zone, which is not a storm.
No, that's not. It's a TV show and and also a depth level.
I could not
for
the life of me think of that. It was delicious.
Yeah, you liked it a lot. You did like it a lot. My favorite treat on here. Oh, that's weird with me in the picture, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yes, the strawberry chocolate soft serve there, which I was thoroughly enjoying.
You only had one of those.
I did have more than one soft serve, didn't
Yes, but that was the only one of those that you had.
I had to take it easy because we were dieting up until this cruise, and then we went a little crazy.
Yeah,
and
we struggled a little bit.
We did a little bit of rookie eating on this cruise. There's a picture of us.
Aww.
Yeah. And then you took this picture of me taking a video. Looks like it's a video that I've got there based on that little red mark on my phone. And we thought that was kind of a cool shot. So there you go. Overall, I know we griped about a few things, but really don't take that as don't take that the wrong way. We really did enjoy this cruise quite a bit. We love the Paradise, we love Carnival, and we love Cozumel, and we really had, it was a great 4-night cruise. It was a good time. So
yeah. Cool. Do you have anything else?
I don't think so. I think I'm all talked out.
All right. Well, on that note, it's time to head for the horizon. And until next time, seize the day.
Have a fantastic week, everybody. Music instead of the ending credits.
Let's try again.
Whoops, there's a blue. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Hey, look, I think we're going to start doing that where we're going to put up comments during if you're listening, this doesn't mean anything to you, but that was kind of fun. And I just thought of it like 3/4 of the way through. But if we get towards the end, if you guys want to put fun things, it doesn't have to be like great show and stuff, although we do appreciate that, but fun comments or whatever, we will pop them up during the credits. Yeah. That's fun. That was fun.
You like really got into that.
I was like, this is kind of cool. I don't know. Anyway, there's me looking for my drink behind me again. No bourbon this week because I'm on the diet. Yeah, I haven't drank anything since we got off the ship.
Have we talked about the diet? I don't even know if we've mentioned that.
I don't think we have. And then I didn't have any. I think I had one with JT on the podcast before we cruised. But
yeah, we started Weight Watchers. Yes.
And we're watching our weight.
Yeah.
Watching it slip away into the ether.
Hopefully.
It's slipping. Our weight's slipping.
Slowly.
I've lost some weightage.
Even while sitting on the couch all week?
Even with, yeah, I have actually. I'm ahead of schedule.
Wow.
I know. I don't know how, just because I haven't been eating anything.
Well, you need to eat, man.
Well, I mean, I did today because you made me go to Chick-fil-A.
You had options. You made your choice.
I made my choice, and now I have to sleep in it.
Yes, you do. Hopefully not in it, like just with it. Because
I was trying to do the pause. Is that enough pause?
Yeah, I didn't know you were. I thought we were still talking.
Well, I wanted to get to the pause, so it gives you your editing spot.
Got it.
And then I know Meg had a question.
Okay.
About what games I've been playing.
Yeah. Okay.
So I remembered that. I didn't want to forget. Why are you looking off in the distance like somebody kicked your
Because
coffee?
You yelled at me for not pausing.
I didn't yell at you. I'm sorry if I yelled. I didn't mean to yell. Did I yell at her? Anyway, I'm going to get in trouble again. All right. Yes, Meg, video games. So mostly Mass Effect 3.
But not while I was at work.
But we played video games when you got home too.
Yeah.
And then like some old games. What was I playing? I feel like I was playing an old game. There's like an old game from Xbox 360 that I have. It's like a turn-based game, Commander or something. I don't even know, but I was playing that. I started playing Madden because I've been really football-y feeling lately. and my iPad game, but that's like a tower defense thing. Wasn't there another game?
Those are the only 3 things I know that you played. Every time I came home, you played Madden, and then the last 2 days, you were playing that other game.
Oh, yeah. So Madden, and then, what is that game called? It's like from the Apple Arcade, from the Xbox Arcade, and
The Game Pass?
no, it's not from Game Pass.
Oh.
It's when Xbox 360 came out, you could buy like the arcade games. They were cheap, and this was one of them I bought. And it's just like, it's kind of like retro future little tanks and stuff, but it's turn-based. And so I like it quite a bit. I've played it, but I hadn't played it in a while. So I cranked it back up.
Yeah. And you didn't even stop playing when I came home yesterday.
I was in the middle of a session.
Yeah.
Yes, it is very much a strategy game. Yes, I like turn-based battle games, and this one is just the right amount of complexity for me.
I did laundry.
While you were at work?
No, while you were playing that game, because I couldn't get you to stop playing. It was like I had been home for like hours, and I'm like, when are you going to stop playing that?
I used to be really good at that game, and then I haven't played it in a while, and then I couldn't beat a level, and it was really frustrating me because I used to be like a master at this game, and now I couldn't even like beat the level, much less so.
I'm very disappointed in you.
Like, you're a video game player too. Why do I keep reaching back there for that?
I have no idea.
Dan says, I do Weight Watchers, but I don't like looking at myself in the mirror. You don't have to look at yourself in the mirror, Dan, for Weight Watchers.
I don't look at myself in the mirror. I mean, I do because my hair is purple.
You don't have to weigh in, but that's how you can tell if you're progressing.
Right.
And stuff. But I don't know. Weight Watchers has worked for me in the past, and it works. It just makes me accountable, I think, is what it does.
Yeah.
Like if I'm not, like I thought I could follow, I know how Weight Watchers works. I could kind of eat that kind of diet and lose weight, and it doesn't work because if I'm not looking at those points and accounting for those points, then I will slip off the diet a little bit, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more, until I'm just not even doing it.
We've come up with some fun new recipes though.
Mm-hmm. Like Jicama Fries.
Yes, we've started doing Jicama Fries.
Yes, in the air fryer, which jicama and potatoes in the air fryer are 0 points on Weight Watchers for us.
Yes, because potatoes is a 0 point food for us as long as we don't go overboard. Jicama, because I guess it's a non-starchy veggie.
I mean, according to Weight Watchers,
because we get a point back for it.
But
yeah.
And they're pretty good, Jicama Fries.
Yep.
We spice them up. We do. It does take a point because of that. We put them olive oil on them, but it's a 1 point, so it's not bad. Rally says, I would be able to stick on keto if it wasn't for these dang sugar drinks. I mean, that's why I'm like, Coke Zero has like changed my life as far as sugar drinks go. That is all that I need. I've tried keto twice and it did not work. It might have worked. I don't know if it would have worked for me for weight loss, but it did weird things to my heart and kind of scared me. So I stopped doing keto. I know it works really well for some people. My dad did it for a while and it was working for him, and then it almost killed him. So, but he has some other medical issues, but so I'm done with keto. It's not for me, but I know some people have a lot of success with that.
Aunt D is on here.
Hey, Aunt D.
That's the Facebook user.
Just
in case you were curious.
Stacy wants to know how far off were we from making the drink package pay off.
So it's the last 2 days that we fell off of it. So Cozumel Day, we had 2 drinks on the ship, but we had drank a lot on our excursion. And then I think we had 1 or 2 sodas that night. So 2 or 3 drinks is probably what we were off.
On that day?
Yeah.
And then the next day.
And then the next day we had 2 drinks.
Right. And we did have like a coffee drink, right?
We had a coffee drink, and then we drank soda for the majority of that day.
I think I had estimated we missed it by about $30 a person or something.
Yeah.
That we probably spent extra.
Yeah, which it's fine.
So, yeah.
Yeah. What are you looking at?
I was looking, what's the auntie saying? I've tried it and thought it was awful, but it was raw. Are you talking about jicama?
Oh, jicama.
I thought she was talking about Coke Zero. Yeah, jicama raw would taste like raw potato.
Do you have an air fryer, Andy? Yeah, so we cut the jicama into like fry shapes, and then you boil it for how long? Like 10 minutes or so?
Yeah, about 10 minutes.
Yeah, and then we pull it out and you let it dry, and then we throw in a little olive oil and season it up and put it in the air fryer for about 15 minutes, and they taste almost like potatoes.
Yeah, they're
almost like French fries.
Not French fries, but they're good, and they kind of, for me, they hit that same thing, whatever that thing
that
is.
I know you know I don't cook. I do, and I also don't cook, but I can use the air fryer because it's so easy.
She's like an air frying chef now. Paul Vines, water is a good diet drink. It is, but I just am not a fan of plain water. That's the wrong quote I put up there. What? I'm hitting the right thing. Wow,
what are you trying to do?
There we go. Nope.
I don't know what you're trying to do.
I think the chat thing moved on me. There. There was weird things with space and time happening there.
Jeez.
Wibbly wobbly things. Meg says flour tortillas aren't really good on keto. It's a no-go for me. Need my flour tortillas for tacos. I think they make keto friendly tortillas though. I don't know if they may taste like butt. I don't know. But we use some tortillas that were keto friendly, but they work for our diet as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they were not as good as regular tortillas.
They were fine.
They were passable.
Yeah. We definitely like taco like things. So we made it's called an enchilada bubble up. When on Weight Watchers, there's a big thing called 2-ingredient dough, which I mean you can make for anything, but apparently it's like a big thing in the Weight Watchers community. And it's like a healthier version of like dough. So we've used that for a few different things. We made taco bombs, which are like taco fillings.
They're good. They're really good
in this 2-ingredient dough.
Yeah, they're very good. And the cool thing is, like, we can eat a taco bomb, and like we make like a pound of ground turkey. Is that what we did, or chicken? Turkey?
Ground turkey breast.
And normally, like, that would barely get us through a week of tacos. Probably wouldn't even get us through a week of tacos. But with these bombs, like, we had a bunch of it left.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't even need it, and I still felt like I got my filling.
Well, we've been eating vegetables too.
We have,
which has helped.
Which is clever on Weight Watchers' part to get you to eat vegetables. Meg finally had Coke Zero growing her, but then it went way up in price, right?
Yeah.
It's a little. I mean, we get it when it's on sale, and then we buy a lot of it. It's still expensive, but it's not as bad. But yeah, we're spending I mean, everything's expensive in the grocery store now, though. So Paul's on the PSV diet. I don't know what that is, Paul.
I don't know what that is either.
Is that the Paul something Vines diet?
Maybe.
That's awesome. I usually lose about 10 pounds the first week and 6 or 8 the second, but can't stick to it.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Is like getting past that bump.
Yeah.
So we haven't hit our plateau yet, partly because we did like 2.5 weeks and then we went on the cruise, ate whatever we want. So then of course gained a little. I'm back to where I was before the cruise. Hopefully still losing. Monday's weigh-in day, so I don't know how I did this week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
so.
I thought you were on track too.
Yeah, I'm on track.
Get back where, yeah.
But the plateau is what's hard, because once you hit that plateau, you've got to figure out what to do to get it going again.
Well, and I think that's just the nature of it. Like you start to, you see those big drop-offs the first couple of weeks and you're like, yeah, and then it like plateaus and you're like, oh. But if you look at the big picture, you're slowly losing. Like there may be weeks where you don't lose anything, and then another
Right.
week you lose 3 pounds, and then you lose 1, and then you lose, so
Yep.
but you got to look at, it's the long game.
Right.
Now the PSV diet, eat what I like, cooked healthier, eat less, and exercise. That is kind of what Weight Watchers, not the exercise part, but that is what Weight Watchers does, I think.
Right.
Because there's no food you can't, it's like we're a Weight Watchers commercial. There's no food you can't eat. That's what they always say on Weight Watchers. It's just kind of true. But
but like for example, the taco bombs.
Right.
I mean, you can make taco bombs with like ground beef and real cheese and like biscuit dough. But we made it with this 2-ingredient dough, which is non-fat Greek yogurt and self-rising flour and ground turkey breast and lower fat cheese. So we made a healthier version of something that could be not healthy.
Yeah. And so what Weight Watchers does for me is it just kind of provides a guide for me to do that. It just, it gives me a plan to follow, and I'm able to do that. Like we can go to Taco Bell, we can go to Chick-fil-A. We just have to be careful about what we eat. And then it may mean that we need to eat less earlier in the day, or eat smarter earlier in the day, or maybe just eat smarter the next day, but we can do it and still, so we don't feel like we're like missing out on everything. Like we had pizza last Saturday night.
Yeah.
It was healthy pizza-ish. But
yeah, I mean, we chose a healthier version of it.
We stayed within our plan, so.
Also, while we have Aunt Dee on here, I just want to say, you really need to go on our group cruise. And I'm trying to figure out how to convince you to do it. Just throwing that out there. I was actually on the phone with my mom earlier today, and I was like, you need to talk to Aunt Dee and get her on the group cruise.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be a lot of fun.
Just throwing that out there.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Weight Watchers, right? I know.
That's kind of been our life for the last couple of weeks.
It has. And look, I mean, it's not our intent, but there's a lot of plans that I think work for people. You just have to find the one that's right for you. If losing weight is something that you are looking to do, which we were, because, mostly for health reasons, I think, but yeah.
She said my mom was texting her.
Yeah, Meg, truck stop's going to be a hard place to find healthy food.
Yeah.
But I bet you could on Weight Watchers. I bet you could find some. It may not be healthy in the purest form of healthy, but healthy in the form of like caloric intake. You could probably work in the plan. Like, for example, beef jerky is something that works very well.
Yeah.
Like a pack of beef jerky, like a normal size pack of beef jerky, is actually not that many points if that's like your meat, and then you eat something maybe that's lower points with it. Yeah. Or just have that for lunch. You can do that. It's there's like a lot of sodium and stuff. It's probably not like healthy as a whole, but as far as like the weight loss part, it is.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
All right. Should we close this thing down?
Yeah, real quick, I want to say I'm really annoyed with Reno.
Wow.
Because he has been so quiet this entire episode.
And you're annoyed with him because of that?
Yes. Because prior to this, he was being extremely annoying.
Yes, he's been obnoxious this whole week.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's been on this weird, like, sniffing the floor thing.
Yes.
I do not understand why he's...
Maybe he's a drug sniffing dog and he smells the pot upstairs.
Maybe. I don't know. But he's been very quiet and silent, which has been nice. But I'm annoyed that he wasn't before.
Okay. Well,
that's all.
Right.
He's lovely, though. He's like, his nose is whistling. Can you hear it?
No, I think I might have heard a whistle, but...
Yeah. All right. That's all I got.
Okay. All right, guys, we're going to head over probably to the Down Under Cruisers and hang out with them for a little bit on their live. But thank you guys for tuning in and listening to us ramble on about our cruise. And we'll catch you next week.
Yeah.
When we have a guest on next week, right?
No.
No, we don't have a guest on next
We
week.
have a guest on
Oh.
in, I think, 3 weeks.
Oh, in 3 weeks. That's right.
Maybe
Yes.
2 if we can make it happen, but definitely 1.
It's going to be a fun one and a very different cruise experience.
Very different. Very different.
And I can make you a promise. Kimbra's going to be the one doing most of the talking. Well, over me.
Yeah, it may not even be me.
It might not. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.